PJ from the editing room here. Just a couple of things before we start this episode. Due to some scheduling juggling that I had to do, this episode came out a little bit later than usual, and at the end of the episode I said that our book club for Pirate Borg was coming up. That has now actually happened. But if you are interested in the book club and you are interested in joining us for another one, we try to do one every month or every 2 months, do go and check out the Patreon over at patreon.com/SoloRolePlayers. Next week, we're going to start discussing what our next book club book is going to be. Second thing that I want to just drop in here while I've got you is it's coming up to our birthday. In just over a month, it will be officially 1 year since SoloRolePlayers podcast launched, and it has been a fantastic year. I've been through so much, I've played so many games, I've talked about so many things. It has been a real journey, and I'm cooking up a bit of a birthday episode with a few special things in it, and just to talk about my experience through the year, maybe do a little bit of update on all the games that I've been playing and that I brought to the show for this fantastic year of solo role-playing, my first big year of solo role-playing. And so if you want to say happy birthday to Solo Roleplayers, you can go to www.speakpipe.com/SoloRoleplayers. I'll also put that link in the show notes. And you can leave a little happy birthday voice message. Either just say happy birthday, Solo Roleplayers, or maybe talk about a memorable moment from the show for you for the year, or from your own solo role-playing. It'd be lovely to hear some voices of listeners on this upcoming happy birthday show. And then we're going to talk about what's happening next. I don't know what season 2 is going to look like, but I know it's going to be full of solo role-playing. I'm not sure if there's going to be an episode between now and the happy birthday episode at the end of August, but probably. If not, however, here's the notice now. If you'd like, go over to the SpeakPipe and send me a voicemail, and otherwise just hang out and wait until we can all sing happy birthday together. Now I'll let you get back to it and enjoy this episode I did recently, continuing our adventure in Pirate Borg with Tana Pigeon. It was great fun. Enjoy. Hello and welcome to the Solo Roleplayers podcast. I am thrilled today to welcome back to the show, official friend of the show now, and officially our most returning guest, my personal solo RPG hero, Tana Pigeon. Welcome to Solo Roleplayers again.
Thank you, PJ. It's great to be back. And wow, all the honors. I'm a friend of the show. I'm the most returning guest. I'm racking up the honors here.
I know. I will start printing out some certificates and start sending them around, at least digitally, because they are very prestigious and sought after, the Solo Roleplayer certificates, as you know.
I believe it. I'll hang it on the wall right behind me so that all can see.
Excellent. Last time you were here, in fact, I was listening back to our last episode today as a way to prepare for this, because last time you were here on the show, I don't know about you, but I had so much fun being rascally pirates, ostensibly learning about your Deconstruct the Known method of playing published adventures, but we actually started a pirate adventure then, and we didn't get to finish it.
Yeah, the whole deconstructed adventure thing was just the excuse to play. I was having a good time.
I was having a really good time, and I was reminded of that listening back to it today, as we are now going to, rather than, to be fair, we have not talked about this, but I assume we'll still continue with the Deconstruct the Known method, but more in the background and more focusing on Pirate Borg and being rascally pirates. Because I don't know about you, it feels like a good time to be pirates at the moment.
Let's be scallywags.
Now, the story is not super important, but to catch people up a little bit, we were pirates on a ship and we were tasked by Captain Malachi. No, I'm not sure. We were tasked by someone, by the captain, to watch over the body of Malachi, who was dead in the ship, and it was our job to watch over him and make sure that nothing happened to him because he was cursed.
Right. We got the prestigious job of caring for a cursed corpse.
Exactly. And with hangovers, we did look after the corpse successfully until we woke up in the morning and there was a ship attacking us, I believe. Or we were maybe unsure whether we were attacking the ship or the ship was attacking us.
Right.
Those were the two possibilities. I think in the end we decided that the ship was attacking us, but we can do a mythic roll and figure out what that actually is.
Well, didn't we determine it was actually a ghost ship?
Right, exactly. And they were coming to reclaim the body of Malachi.
Yeah.
I don't know how familiar you are with Pirate Borg as a game.
Not at all.
Excellent. So Pirate Borg, I was also not familiar until today when I started actually learning the game. We just used it as a way to roll up some funny backgrounds and a bit of a setting. But I'm really intrigued by this book now. It's very colorful. It's full of it's bleeding with flavor. And one of the things about it is there is something in the world called ash. And as people started settling in the dark Caribbean, everything seemed fine until they realized that there was something called the Scourge, where undead skeletons, of course, with pirate hats, started coming back to life and attacking people, as you do. And then somehow someone realized that if you kill a skeleton and grind their bones, an undead skeleton, again, grind their bones into powder, it is a drug called ash. And it is the most valuable commodity in the dark Caribbean. It can be used for all sorts of psychedelic things, as the picture I'm showing here is the picture of a skull with psychedelic colors being blown out the back of it.
Well, that's an interesting twist. Okay.
And that is the main motivation for people and pirates to continue hanging around the dark Caribbean. In our story, we were looking after, watching over this body, and we have now been attacked by undead. So not only, this is bad. Potentially. But hey, if we can get a bit of ash by re-killing some of these skeletons, then happy days. Because if you remember, my night's carousing before we started this story was I lost a bet about how long one could stay over a fire on a spit, and I lost a bet of 150 silver pieces, I believe. So I'm broke. You got drunk and married a number of wenches, all of whom were missing either an eye or a finger, and you needed to get out of port from that mess.
Yeah.
And so here we find ourselves. I have rolled up a full character now, and I think for you, we're going to roll up one quickly right now. Give people a bit of an idea how that works, because it is a lot of fun.
Okay, groovy. Let's do it. And I'm Samuel the Butcher.
Samuel the Butcher. And I do think we'll find out exactly what your background is now, but my feeling today as I chuckle to myself re-listening to the episode is that although Samuel likes to pretend that the Butcher is a real hard, scary name, he was actually just a butcher in his old life,
Le Boucher.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. Okay, are you equipped with dice?
I am. I'm all ready.
Excellent. I can just... Do you want to make notes about your character? We don't have to do a full detailed thing.
I'll make some notes. That's
Okay.
probably wise.
But just the basic important things.
Got it.
First thing you need to roll for me, Samuel, is a d6 and 2 d12s.
Okay. D6 and 2 D12s. Adam, you need all three numbers.
Three individual numbers.
All right. So the D6 is a 5, and I got an 11 and a 1.
Okay, so you may note on your character sheet, you are in possession of a large sea chest,
Okay.
which can hold 20 items. You have d6 torches. You also have a bottle of fine rum.
Ooh,
And
great.
I did want to ask you, I know it's morning for you, but I assume you are currently drinking rum.
I am not currently drinking rum.
Okay,
No.
let's say that you're currently drinking rum,
Okay.
because that's important for the immersion, And not only rum, but a bottle of fine rum. Excellent.
I like it.
Then you can give me 3d6 down the line ability scores.
All right, standard 3d6.
You don't need to note the number, just the modifier. So starting with strength.
Okay. So, total of 5.
A total of 5. That is quite terrible. That is -2.
Weak pirate.
Weak butcher.
Yeah. 14.
Your agility is then +1.
Okay.
So maybe you were the kind of butcher that you used this, like the small knife, and you could do the fine cuts. Or maybe you were
Right.
just a terrible butcher, which is why you had to move into pirating.
That's probably far more likely.
Your presence,
14.
also a +1.
Okay.
Toughness,
Right. 8.
that is a -1.
Okay.
And your spirit,
Here.
not relating to rum,
11.
and that is a 0.
Got it.
So not a great standard 3d6 character, but that often makes some of the best stories, as we know.
Yeah, I like how in this game we're not heroic people. We're kind of low lives who clearly are not good at what we do and don't want to be doing what we're told to do.
We are absolutely low lives. And in fact, it says here, perhaps you were once a decent person, but that was definitely long ago and in another place. Now you are a lowlife, a scoundrel, a pirate. Follow these steps to discover your vile nature. Roll me a d6 to discover your vile nature, Samuel the Butcher.
Vile nature. Okay. 1.
You are a brute. Nah,
Brute.
you're not a brute. Not with that strength, surely. I think you're definitely a rapscallion, don't you?
That sounds more on point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're a rapscallion, which gives you an additional +2 to your agility,
Okay.
which makes you incredibly agile. You are the swinging from the lines. What are they called? Rafters? No, that's houses.
The rigging.
Rigging. Exactly. See, and you even know the terms. You do get an additional -1 to your strength and toughness, however.
Oh gosh. Okay. I hope your character is more hardy than mine.
I am very unintelligent, unfriendly, and full of muscle.
Muscle. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
Good team. You have D8 plus your toughness hit points.
I rolled a 2. It gives me 1.
That's cool. Now, this is important. Do we want to do solo RPG rules and give us more hit points? Or are you willing to just die?
You know what? I'm willing to die.
Yeah,
Let's see how long
it's a
this,
short story.
Yeah, kind of seeing how long a character lasts is half the fun.
Yeah, and you are agile, so maybe you can dodge.
All right. How many hit points does yours have?
I have 8 hit points.
So in other words, you're going to be in front.
I'm
and
in
I'm going to be
front.
behind. Okay.
Yeah, you're poking through from between the legs, you know?
Got it.
You are going to roll me a d6 now for your weapon,
4.
which is a cat o' nine tails.
Ooh, wow. A whip.
A whip is d4 damage and has reach. Excellent. I do ask you to be careful when whipping between, like from behind me. And then you're going to roll me a d6.
1.
You're wearing rags that offer absolutely no protection or any value.
Sounds about right.
Now, this is
Okay.
something I'm quite happy to talk a little bit about the mechanics as we go, because
Sure.
I do love the different ways that different people put together mechanics and what the fun things that come out of it. A really nice touch on this is, depending on your class, it tells you what die size to roll on your equipment, clothing, armor, table, that kind of thing. So the table
cool.
is 10 or 20 or whatever it is. But then depending on your class, you have a higher or lower chance of getting something actually good. So the weapons are the crappiest, 1, which I rolled, which is a rolling pin, all the way up to like a musket. So I really like that idea.
Wait, your weapon is a rolling pin?
Yeah. Well, technically it's a belaying pin, but I don't know what that is. It looks like a rolling pin in the picture.
I think it's those things they stab into the holes on the railings to tie ropes to.
You are a much better pirate than I am. You do have a really good chance at a particularly wonderful hat. So roll me a d12 for your
This
hat.
is the most important roll of them all.
Yes.
9.
Ooh, you have a plain tricorn hat, which is just about perfect. It's worth 10 silver.
Well, I'm never going to sell a nice hat like that.
No, absolutely not. You can make a note that you have D2 Devil's Luck.
Okay.
And Devil's Luck is a nice little mechanic where you can basically, when you rest, if you have spent it, you get to regain, in your case, 1d2 Devil's Luck. But you have to have spent it first, so it encourages you to use it as a resource, which I also like. If you're anything like me, I'm the person in a video game who finishes the game with an inventory full of things that I didn't use because they were too good to use. So this solves that problem. And what it does is it allows you, at any time during combat or whatever, you can just spend one to make it max damage, or reroll anything you want, or reduce damage to yourself by d6, or make a difficulty of a test minus d4, or cancel a crit or a fumble. So it just gives you, in all sorts of different circumstances, good luck.
Right. Nice.
Without any downside, probably. And then the best bit of all is we get to roll your unfortunate background.
Mm.
You have a background. We're just going to call you Butcher, right? Or do you want to roll what your background is?
I'll stick with Butcher.
A Butcher will give you 3d6 times 10 silver.
Okay. 90.
And you have a business past.
Okay.
Business person. You also have a distinctive flaw on a d20.
3.
You have a mocking, sardonic cheer.
A mocking, sardonic cheer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can't help but be a bit of a mocking bastard, I guess.
Oh. I sound like a jerk.
I mean, we are pirates. The more jerkier, the more piratey. This is what we're going for.
I couldn't even make it like a Butcher.
Yeah, that's right. You kept annoying all your. You didn't have any regulars for some reason. It's very strange. You have a physical. I can't read the stylized text there. You have a physical trademark on a d20.
14.
You are hideously ugly by objective and subjective standards.
All right.
But, you know, butchering and piracy is a good place for those who have a face for radio. On a d20, you have an idiosyncrasy.
20.
You are extremely obsessive with tasks.
Okay.
You always have to finish the bloody task. It's very annoying. My wife does that. And my son, actually. They always have to finish what they start. That's not what I do.
All right.
And finally, penultimately, you have an unfortunate incident and condition on a d20.
20 again.
Wow, you died once already, but hell didn't want you.
Ooh. Wow. Okay. All
You're
right.
a great pirate, Sammy.
34.
Fantastic. That is that. And so, Samuel, you have been sitting down in the cabin with the dead body with Peter Swade, who is a swashbuckler, who has a undead parrot as a pet.
Ooh.
And the undead parrot can speak with alive and dead animals.
Nice.
Once per day, I think. He is also hedonistic. He twitches constantly, especially his trigger finger. He's terrified of prime numbers, and so any roll of 5, 7, 11, 13, or 17 fill him with terror. He was marooned for a long time, and therefore hears voices which are probably real. And the one thing that is important to him is a wanted poster of his enemy that he carries around with him everywhere.
Wow. Your character has issues.
Yes, don't we all? That means it makes me feel better about myself, actually, our characters. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling like a stand-up citizen right now.
Yeah, this may be the first time in my life where I personally am a better person than my character.
Excellent. That's what I want to hear. Now, we rolled on our adventure element. In the morning, we said that something happened through the night or in the morning. And the thing that happened was a roll which came up with a picture of a ship called the Morning Passage. You and I decided on that fateful day that the Morning Passage was us, and that we were being attacked by the scourge of Ecclesiasticus. And as we woke up, we heard shouting on the decks, we were down with the body, and we heard the sound of battle commencing. And this is our first scene. I'm going to let you be in charge of the mythic stuff. You probably are pretty have that on automatic at this stage.
Okay.
And let's just see what happens.
All right. Let's do it.
So our first scene is something along the lines of we awake to the sounds of battle and the kinds of things that a pirate would shout when you're being attacked. I'm not sure what that is exactly.
All right. So we don't know what's going on up there other than the sounds.
Exactly. So
All
we'll say our chaos factor is 5, starting fresh. Do you always test your first scene, or do you just play out your first scene?
I would just play out the first scene.
Excellent. So, Samuel, what are we going to do? We have been told not to leave the body or leave the ship.
Okay. Well, maybe someone should poke their head up through the hatch and kind of get a glimpse of what's going on up there.
Excellent. You are the agile one. I think you should be doing that.
Okay. All right. So I creep up the stairs quietly as possible and push up the hatch a little bit and just take a peek and see if I can tell what's going on deck.
And what do you see?
Well, let's make a roll out of that. I think instead of a fake question, I'm just going to roll as a meaning table to get it up. We'll get some inspiration about what I see of what's going on. So I roll indulge time. I'm going to interpret that. I'll give my interpretation and see what you think. There's a clear battle going on up there, but I think it's almost over, or there's a stalemate of some kind. I think indulge time kind of means that, our crew has perhaps been corralled, those who are still alive, and whoever has boarded us has a leisure to take their time, which means they're probably coming down below deck soon.
Okay. And have they seen you yet? I think you should make a... let me see. I think that's a presence roll. Let me check. I'm not sure what these stats actually mean. This is the thing that I have heard, and I can absolutely see about these beautiful books, is when you actually need to quickly look something up, can be difficult. Although there is a really great end page summary. I do like to see that. So your presence is your smarts, perception, charm, shoot. Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay.
So a standard difficulty is a 12.
Okay.
And then you add your modifier.
Okay. And then rolling the die 20?
Yes. Alternatively, though, in the Mork Borg solitary defilement rules, which I haven't yet played, but I did flick through, it does an interesting little thing. I don't know if you've played much Iron Sworn, have you? I assume you're familiar with it.
I'm familiar with it. I haven't played it much.
Okay. One of the key things about Iron Sworn that I've found and that people talk about is it does add a step between a success and a fail, which is a weak hit then, which can be really helpful in helping you to learn how to fail forward, I've found. So you still get to do the thing that you're trying to do, but there's a complication, and then those complications sort of often tend to turn into stories. And a really simple thing, just from flicking through the Solitary Defilement book here, that it does for Mork Borg, which is relevant here as well, is you simply roll 2d20s instead of the usual 1, and instead of only pass-fail, you get a full success on if they both succeed, a fail if they both fail, and if one of each, then you get a weak hit, essentially. Do you want to use that and just
Yeah.
see how that works? That sort of makes sense to me to try.
Yeah,
It could be
let's
fun.
do that. I like that.
And rolling 2d20s is more fun.
Yes. More dice, the better.
Yeah.
Let's see. Fail and fail.
So
Fail,
you
fail.
completely fail, and you're immediately spotted by the crew of the Scourge of Ecclesiasticus, and you said they're already on board, right?
Yes.
And they've started like tying people up, or are they just killing willy-nilly? What are they doing?
I took it to mean that they've basically won, but our crew is still standing. You know, kind of like cowering back, sword still up, but they've clearly lost.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not all done yet.
Okay. And so one of them then spots you poking your head out of the cabin, and shouts to one of their skeletal comrades that there's another one back there. Make sure no one sneaks up on you, or some such. You still have time, I assume, to get the hell back downstairs.
Yeah. Okay. I do that, and I check to see if there's any way to bar or lock this hatch.
Mm-hmm.
We just make that a fake question.
Let's do that.
What do you think the odds are of that?
I think it's probably likely, right? I mean, that's the kind of thing.
Wouldn't that be?
I think that's
the
pretty
case?
likely. I would, on my ship, have a way to bar the door.
Okay, likely. You said the odds are chaos is 5, so keep throwing my dice too far. I got to find them.
Like cannonballs.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so you want to say likely or very likely?
Let's say likely. We're not necessarily the smartest of pirates, I don't think.
65. Yes. So there is like a locking mechanism. Put that into place. So we have a measure of security, at least temporarily. I'm hoping that they're still, since they haven't actually completely won up on deck, they probably won't have the leisure to hack away at our hatch just yet. So maybe we have a little bit of time to come up with a plan.
Okay. Peter, in the meantime, is swinging down in the cabin on his netted hammock, picking his teeth with a filthy fingernail, and knocking the long dead tobacco out of his pipe when Samuel comes back down.
Well, Samuel reports what's going on up there. It's not good. In fact, it's quite bad.
Mm-hmm.
Probably
Peter's twitching.
Yeah, I bet. This is the time to twitch. Get super twitchy. So we need to find a way out of here.
Okay.
Perhaps there's another hatch, perhaps another level. If we can get out. I don't know if we're near land or perhaps if we can get out and get into a boat or something, like a escape boat.
The first thing is Peter's eyes prick up. No, his ears prick up. His eyebrows slowly raise. And he says, he asks whether you got a good look at their ship and whether it looked to be a good ship.
Oh.
Because we're just in a sloop, Our sloop is, it's serviceable, but it's not winning any best boat of the year awards.
It's
true. Not worth that much, and it's not even ours.
That's true.
And by the sound of it, the way you describe things upstairs, we might have a little bit of time, and we might have a bit of an opportunity at a little bit of grand theft. That would have been better if I thought of the word immediately.
Grand Theft Frigate?
Aqua? Grand Theft Frigate, exactly.
Okay. I'm liking this plan. So I think we'll make that a roll of presence or something, see if I noticed spotted anything. Okay. Success and success.
Ooh, a strong hit.
Okay, so yes, I did get a good view of their ship. Let's just do a fake question. Is it exactly what you hope it is?
Oh, I like that as a question.
And you know what? I think for narrative's sake, I like to say it's nearly certain.
Yeah.
No.
Just be. It's got to be.
20. Nearly certain. almost exceptional. But yeah, yes, it's what you're hoping for. It is definitely better than our ship. So you're thinking we try to get over there and commandeer?
Now, I think it is completely ill-advised to do so, being a crew of 2 and 1 dead Malachi. However, I think that's exactly what I think we should do.
Well, considering that they've quelled our crew upstairs, that seems to me to imply that they may have brought over their entire complement.
I think so.
Yeah.
And how smart can a skeleton be, really?
Good point.
Boneheads, the lot of them. It is a man of war that they have, which is a very impressive ship.
Sweet.
And we are going to see if we can get over there and see if we can man this thing.
Let's do it. With our cursed corpse.
Or we have to bring Malachi with us, absolutely.
Yeah.
So there is definitely another way out of here.
There must be.
I'm eyeballing the porthole on the side of the cabin, which you could definitely get through.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I could fit through it.
Well, hey, we're giving up this ship for lost. So maybe if we can screech to the porthole and perhaps if we have an axe or something, we might be able to widen it a little bit.
That might cause a little bit of panic on the crew upstairs as well. That's not a bad thing.
True. Yeah. You know what? If, again, they didn't actually kill the crew or all of them. So if there's a little bit of panic up there and some mayhem, that might be a kind of distraction that we can use, especially if they sound like we're packing away the hole.
With my rolling pin.
With your rolling pin and my letter opener. Yeah, my cat of nine tails. We're not really well equipped for this.
Peter's suggestion is, he says to Samuel, look, you can get through there. There's no way I'm getting through that hole. But if you could get out of that hole, scale the side of the ship a little bit, loosen one of the rigging, and have it ready for me, I can burst out that door up there, rugby tackle anyone in the way.
Oh, wow.
And leap onto the rope with you. My weight propelling us forward onto the other boat, and it'll be a dream.
This is like, wrong? I can tell you're a swashbuckler. That's such a swashbuckler move. Okay, let's do it.
Yeah. The only thing I wish is that I had a sword to put between my teeth. I have a rolling pin between my teeth. I'm working on a sword. I lost a lot of money.
You can put the golden letter opener between your teeth. It makes you feel better.
I will. Thank you. Absolutely, it makes me feel a lot better.
For luck. All right, I make sure my hat is on extra firm because I'm not losing this hat.
And before you go, take my bird, and my bird can then give me the signal when it is time to rugby tackle through.
I feel like you've done this before.
It's kind of my thing.
Okay, so we open the porthole, and I squirm my way through. Nice being, it's not so bad being small and weak. It has its advantages. Okay, so I crawl through there. As far as scurrying up the side of the ship, I should probably roll for that, right?
Yeah, we can do an agility roll for that.
Okay, I got good agility. So.
I think it's DC 12.
Okay, first roll is a fail. Second roll is a success.
Okay. So you succeed, but not without a complication.
Okay.
What happens?
I'm thinking I'm climbing up to the side of the ship. Maybe I've got a dead parrot on my shoulder.
Chatty.
Shane?
Chatty.
Shane
I said he's chatty. But it can be Shane. Yeah.
Chatty
Shane.
So kind of up the side, not having the easiest time of it. Get my hand on the top. Feel a rope that I'm going for. What I don't perhaps realize is that I've made a little noise, and one of the skeleton pirates on the deck has noticed and has maybe wandered over a little bit. So perhaps when I come up, I'm eye to socket with a skeleton.
You are absolutely eye to socket with the skeleton. Both of you looking very surprised. He's smiling, and you better have a little bit of fisticuffs.
Maybe. Okay, so let's just say that so far this is the only one that's noticed my presence.
Yes.
The others are still very involved with the standoff with the crew. I'm sure there's a lot of yelling, whatever, threatening, sword poking kind of stuff. So,
Yeah. Let's ask at this point. My feeling is that they're not just killing everyone. I think, like you said, they're sort of, it's clear surrender at this point.
right,
But they are here for a reason. And it is for the body,
right.
which I have arms draped around my neck like a Superman cape.
Nice.
Best way to carry a body
Of course.
when you're by
Everyone
yourself.
does that. Right.
I mean, you could go sack of potatoes over the shoulder. Definitely, it's like a cape. But I do want to know: is it worth asking? Are they interrogating people? Are they tying us up, or are they being really merciless and killing people?
You want
Or
to make
does
that
it
a
not
big...
matter?
Well,
I don't care. I mean, Peter doesn't mind either way, but maybe it does have an impact on the distraction and whether they see what's going on with you.
it might. Want to make that a fake question?
Yes.
Okay, so let's say, are they being merciless?
Yeah. I think it's unlikely.
Unlikely. Yeah. Okay. No.
Okay. So they are somewhat intelligent skeletons, and they are interrogating. There is a captain, I think, has a very similar hat to yours, actually, which you can't help but respect. And this bony captain, has got all of the crew circled in the middle of the boat, and has sent off one or two idiot skeletons to just make sure there's no one else around. A couple are maybe bashing on the door already, because they did see you go back down there.
Right.
And you pop up the side. Do you get the drop on this skeleton? Who reacts first? We're going to roll initiative.
Okay.
That is a D6 plus agility.
7.
I might have lied about... Oh, no, it is D6 plus ability. Yes, and then roll... You got a 7.
With my pluses, yep.
Wow, okay, because then they get to roll a D6, and then whoever's highest goes first. But that's going to be you.
Yes.
So you get the first shot. What are you going to do?
Well,
You got a whip?
I do, but I'm kind of thinking, I don't know how this would work with the rules, but any chance I could just grab him, try to pull him overboard into the water?
Absolutely, you can. Are you doing it? How are you doing it? Are you leveraging him? Are you going brute strength? I think that's important. Describing
I think
how
I'm
you're
going
doing
for leverage. Since I'm kind of hanging over the side, I'm lower than him. He is a skeleton, so I'm going to just grab him by the vertebrae neck and lean back.
it. Very light.
Yes.
It's the benefit of fighting a skeleton.
So I'm going for momentum and leverage. Certainly not strength.
Okay. I think I am going to give you advantage on that. Actually, I don't know if there is advantage in this book, but I think that's worth it. Worth advantage.
Okay.
Because he's easy to hold on to. He is light. And you are swinging. Like, you can even kick off from the boat a little bit and pull him out with you, you know.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. From the rope, right? No. Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know how advantage works, but I guess you just roll 3.
Okay.
That doesn't make sense, does it? That's too kind, surely.
Well,
Or okay, no, advantage then in this case, I've just decided, is any success is then a strong hit.
I like it.
It's either a full miss or a full success.
So I think I should use my agility on this?
Yes.
Okay. All right. First one's a failure. Second one is a success.
Okay. So you succeed in the action without a complication,
Okay.
and you fling him bodily over the edge
Into the inky deep.
to the inky deep.
Okay.
Do skeletons float? I'm not sure.
I don't know. I would think the gear. They don't have the. Yeah, I don't know, but hopefully with the commotion going on the deck, I'm hoping no one noticed.
Okay.
You want to assume that, or should we roll?
I think we roll because it's
Okay.
about to get chaotic.
Yeah, it is, because you're about to make your grand appearance.
Yep. As soon as I hear the bird whistle
Right.
or swear, probably. So let's
All right.
ask. I think it's unlikely that they noticed because they are they are quite organized, and they are focused on the interrogation at the moment and trying to bash in the door of the cabin. They had maybe one or two lonely scouts going around the edges. So say it's unlikely did they notice.
They did not. Oh, actually, I got a 77, but chaos factor is 5, you said, so no random limit. Yeah. So yeah, they did not notice.
Excellent. So I think it's time for a little curse word from the pigeon.
Got it.
Wasn't going to be a pigeon, but it's definitely an undead pigeon. That's so uncool. Now, what I'm going to do, this is just to be my first roll. I have crept up the stairs now. Peter has crept up the stairs. Okay. One arm holding the two arms of the body over his shoulder.
Very cool.
And I, by the way, have nothing of value on me except I have really fancy clothes and always look amazing.
Wow. Okay.
And I'm thinking, I want to push through. I can hear them knocking on the door, banging on the door. Maybe they've probably got an axe or something now. Probably you bring an axe if you're boarding a pirate ship for this exact reason. Yeah. I hear them thumping on the door, and I am going to... That means that they have tried it, they've realized it's barred, and so now I can take the bar off.
Okay.
And they don't notice. Probably.
Right.
And then, with all of my might, I'm going to try and time the blow of the axe to push through the door, knocking over anyone that is there, and hell for leathering it to the edge of the boat, where I hope you are exactly where you are in my head.
I like it. It's desperate. It's unwise. It's perfect.
Yeah, and I'm very confident about this, even though it's very unlikely to succeed. Let's ask how many there are at the door.
Oh my gosh.
Are there more than 3? Or is that a lot?
That sounds like a lot.
Okay.
Well, let's ask. So, very unlikely?
I think it's very unlikely there's more than 3.
Okay. Did come back, yes.
Yes, there are more than 3.
Yeah.
So there's 4 then at the door. But again, skeletons. And I am quite strong.
Right.
I am then going to slam the door open with all of my strength at just the right moment. Do you think that is rolling on presence or smarts in order to get the timing right, or on strength for just how hard I'm pushing?
Yeah, I think between those, just go with your best and lean into that. So
okay.
Probably strength. Yeah, you just bull rush.
Bull rushing through. If I don't get him with the door, I'll get him with my shoulder, is the plan.
Yeah, and you've got the body on. You can use the weight of the body too. You've got some...
A little bit of human shield if I need it.
Yeah, Malachi's not going to care.
So, Malachi won't care unless he comes back. And then maybe he'll have something to say.
That's true, that's possible.
I need a 12, I have a +3. I get a fumble, a 1.
Oh, wow.
And my second is a 13.
Okay.
So, I don't know, I think, because we're sort of making up that part of the rule, I think we have to honor the fumble. We have to honor the fail somehow. I think I succeed and get through, but I do have to honor the fumble somehow. My first thought is dropping the body. There is a table for fumbles.
Oh.
Which I always like.
Yeah. Fumbles and crit tables.
But it's really just for combat. Weapon. So when attacking, weapon breaks, is lost or misfires. Or we could roll up a description. See if it gives us an idea what the misfortune is.
Right. Yeah, let's do that. Since we're unsure, we'll just kind of interpret it. So I'll do it on the action table. You get 9. Heal innocent. I'm thinking it has something to do with the body. The body is kind of the innocent in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to be healed, but so this is a fumble, you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if this? What if they take a swipe at you and the fumble is they cut off one of the limbs of the body? Does this still count as do we need an intact body?
Well, the captain wasn't that specific.
He wasn't, was he?
And plenty of pirates only have one leg.
Right.
An alternative interpretation about the heal part is that the undead were here to raise Malachi from the dead.
Oh.
That is why they want him. And perhaps now, in their presence,
Oh, wow.
he starts to twitch.
That's a great idea.
But we don't know yet. We haven't realized yet, but it's already happened slowly, like a zombie. Already happening slowly, but we don't know yet, and that's going to bite us.
That's a great idea. I feel like you were a zombie pirate in a former life. You've got a real feel for this.
I don't talk about that anymore. So I'm running through now. I open the door. I feel the blade hit as I open the door and hear a shout as a few of the skeletons stumble backwards, one tripping down the steps leading up to the cabin door. And I have a grin on my face. I have taken Malachi off my back and he's under my arm like the rugby ball. And I am running for you, who is standing there, rope held out, parrot swearing gleefully. And I leap and... I don't think I need to roll for that. I can grab a rope, right? You're standing there holding it out.
Yeah.
What we do need to roll for is, are we able to both let go at the other end of our swing and land on the ship safely?
Right.
You first with your agility.
Okay. And you're carrying a body throughout all this, right?
I'm carrying a body. I have momentum.
That's true. And you're very strong. Okay, so I'm going to roll my agility. I have a success and a success. 2 successes. So I do it with style.
Do it with style. Land nimbly on your feet.
Yes.
I get 1. I get an 11 plus 1 on my agility. So it's a weak hit. So you land gracefully. Parrot fluttering back down to your shoulder as you do. And I land, but heels on the edge of the boat, whirling my arms as you do. And now the shouts come from behind the boat, from our old boat. I feel like I'm safe. I'm not going to go in the water, but they are now very quickly aware of what is going on. They have spotted Malachi, who is starting to twitch, but I assume it's just me twitching. And they're coming for us. What are we going to do?
Well, they probably swung over to the other boat to get there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe we should cut a few ropes to
Yes,
buy us some time.
absolutely. So you are the smart one, so you immediately figure that out.
All right.
I start trying to say something to you, but I haven't taken the golden paper opener out of my teeth, and so you don't understand what I'm saying. But you immediately go running and cut ropes. And I just drag the body further onto the ship, and I run straight for the steering wheel. Or the sail rope, I don't know. I did actually live on a boat for a year, and I forget all of the sailing terms. Don't tell anyone. So let's see if we can do this in time before anyone else gets over. Would you just do a fate question on something like that?
Yeah, and do we need to ask if the ship is actually abandoned?
Absolutely we do. We don't know it yet, but we should ask that.
All right, so why don't we ask? We'll ask both those questions then. So, is there any crew on board? And I'm thinking, like if there is, there's probably one.
The cook.
The cook. Yeah. Do skeletons have cooks?
Oh, good question.
He might technically be a cook and just might slave.
I mean, just because the roles need to be filled, you know.
That's true. Right. Not actually cooking anything. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say 50-50. I have no idea. So, no. Ship is empty.
Ship is empty, unwise.
Yeah. And what was the second question?
A second question was, how long, or do we have time? Or do we manage to cut the ropes before anyone gets over?
Okay. Fake question, or should I be like a task thing with my
I think we do agility on that one.
agility? Yeah. Oof. I got a 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fumble, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not good. Yeah. And a 10. So fumble and fail.
Okay. So we don't do it in time. Someone does start swinging over.
Okay.
I am trying to decide whether I ran straight to the sail or to the cannon.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay.
I'm feeling like me being me. I ran to the cannon with the idea of causing a little bit more havoc before we get away from here.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so we have to deal with the skeleton, though, right?
So first thing that happens is one skeleton. You're going to cut the last rope, but before you do, it flicks as one of the skeletons does manage to come back over. Is it the captain?
Ooh, that's a good question. 50-50 or likely?
It's likely. It's the
Yeah.
hat.
It's the hat. I got exceptional yes.
Exceptional, yes. Fantastic. So the captain lands bonily on the deck next to you and draws his sword, probably from his teeth again, and says, "You don't know what you've gotten yourself into now." And he grins, not that he had much choice.
Right.
At the same time, I am firing a cannon from the side of the boat at the ship, hitting on well, that's got to be pretty easy to hit, surely.
Yeah, broadside of a ship.
Yeah.
Point
Now
blank.
this is a cool thing. There's a whole set of rules, as much if not more rules than the actual normal game for naval combat, which is
Nice.
just wonderful.
Right. Oh,
And
I
in-
love naval combat.
Oh, and it includes where you're shooting. If you're using the broadside, that's where you do the most damage, as long as you're lined up the right way. You can, like, there is a series of actions that you can do depending on how many crew you have on the ship, and every turn everyone is at a different station and can do an action. Just love it. Really cool. Really want to do some ship combat. You can turn the ship, but the ship is always moving every turn, whether you choose to or not, because it's slow and moving.
Right.
All sorts of good stuff.
Interesting.
So I'm now on the broadsword. That's on the broadside cannons. That's going to be my station for now.
Okay.
You are going to be having hand-to-hand combat with the captain, possibly. First thing I'm going to do is see if I can hit this thing. I think it's easy. I think it's a difficulty 6 because we're right next to it, point blank. It's a cannon. And I get it.
Nice.
So I would be then doing some amount of damage. Doesn't actually matter at this point because we're not trying to take the ship fully down yet, I don't think.
Right.
And I don't know... Oh, we did find out what sort of ship it is, didn't we? It was a man of war. So in case it does become important... so we're doing 7 damage to the ship. In case that becomes important later, it would have had 30 hit points, so that's significant. I light the cannon. Do you pull something for the cannon? I light the fuse of the cannon. I do have a flint and steel. And the cannonball comes firing out and crashes into the ship. The last rope has been used for the captain to come over. I look up and see him standing there in front of you. And he says, "You don't know what you've done." And at that moment, Malachi starts to stand up and come back to life.
Oh boy. Okay.
Are we in new scene territory here?
I think so. This is a real sea change. Yeah. So I guess we'll need to decide how do you think this is going to go?
Well, the first question is, story-wise, play-wise, do we want to, like, if we have, say, another 20 minutes left to half an hour left, do we want to call that the end of the scene and a cliffhanger and maybe talk a little bit about some of the mechanics? Or do we want to play out another scene?
You know, I love a good cliffhanger.
I think we do that.
Okay.
So we end it. The parrot is there laughing. The parrot actually has gone over to the captain's shoulder.
Oh, wow.
As well. Complete betrayal.
Betrayal.
You have your hands up. I walk out and realize and see Malachi standing up behind you. He is also crackling. For some reason, I don't know, do undead skeletons start out as skeletons, or do they start out as zombies and slowly become skeletons? I don't think anyone's ever answered that question.
I don't know. Good question.
I think it's got to be a skeleton. So
That's
the flesh melts off his bones instantly as the magic changes him to an undead skeleton. And they look at each other or something and says, right, I guess you two have volunteered. And that is where the real story begins.
Wow.
As the other ship sinks with all of the undead skeletons next to it in fiery hell.
Wow. That's a dramatic. Okay. Very good.
So, I mean, we didn't get deep into a lot of the rules, but how do you feel about the flavor of this? I mean, the character creation gave you a bit of an idea.
I love it. You know, I don't have a lot of experience with the Morkborg, franchise and say, but I love how it just leans completely into flavor and atmosphere. You know, it's like the rules are there and they're serviceable and they're good and they're simple, but it's like, to me, it's the atmosphere and the flavor that really shines. And I mean, from the very beginning, from character creation all the way through, it's just all gold, flavor gold.
And it's I do really respect, this is my absolute first Borg experience as well, other than passing familiarity with it just as one does, being around the hobby. But there is a real commitment to that flavor, and it does really shine through. I have played a couple of OSR style games as well, which by their nature have a much broader possibility set, of what you can do. I've been very interested in White Hack recently. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but it's a really interesting system. Or Shadow Dark or Old School's Essentials, those kind of things. And they really, White Hack especially, strikes me as being so incredibly open to any possibilities of setting or story or flavor or the different angles that you want to sort of pull into it. This is the polar opposite of that. You play this with this flavor or not at all. And I really do respect that as a commitment. It's not for every game then or for everyone, but I feel like you know what you're getting, and it's built into every single table. It's built into every single description. The way that they talk about for example here, let's say we got to the point where we got some ash and you consumed some ash. Roll me a d20.
Oh, right. This is good. I was hoping this would happen. Okay. I got a 1.
You got a 1. So you have an overdose. You pass out for d4 rounds.
Okay.
You test for toughness at a DR 12 or instant death, possibly rising as an evil spirit.
Wow. That is not good.
That's
awesome and not good. Wow.
They have a mystical mishaps table, which can also come from either doing magic or having consuming ash.
All right, you can't say that without. Let's roll on it and get a magical mishap.
Absolutely, give us a d20.
Sweet, I love magical mishaps. 9.
All metal within 30 feet becomes molten hot and glows red for 1 minute.
Sweet.
I mean, you can't help but push the story in certain directions with this sort of flavor.
Oh, that's great.
And I really do like that. And then, I could see it being, if there was less here, And I feel like Mork Borg is more like that. I feel like Mork Borg is simpler. If there was a little bit less here, I could see it as being a fun thing that you do a couple of times,
Right.
But the depth that this goes into for the naval combat alone, I mean, the rest of the game is not played on grids or anything, but for the naval combat, it has rules for full grid ship tactical combat. And you have crew running around to different stages depending on where your positioning is. Your ship upgrades are really interesting. The type of crew that you have affects how good you are on the ship.
So if you're going to do a ship combat, that's probably going to be your whole session. Just commit to a long, interesting naval battle.
Yeah.
I love that. It's ship combat when done right is just so satisfying.
I've never done it right. I don't think I haven't done it.
It's hard to find right between whether it's sailing ships or spaceships. There's a certain Sometimes it's like so easy to overcomplicate it, and it's like just a bookkeeping chore.
Yeah.
But interesting.
Yeah, definitely a sweet spot. Even in video games, I find they rarely get that right.
Yeah.
The ship combat and especially in a group game here, people having different roles and you're running from one cannon to the cannon on the other side when another ship comes in and you're trying to turn the ship around, and I can really, really see that being fun.
That's cool.
Good stuff. There's also a lot more. I mean, give me a D100 for the buried treasure table.
All right, buried treasure. 68.
68's gonna get you a handheld crystal mirror. That's not that exciting. We have a treasure map maker where you roll dice and have, for example, a treasure map which shows a point crawl starting at a totally unknown location, found in an old book, and the invisible ink is revealed by if it's soaked in alcohol. So much love and care put into the pirate theme.
Yeah, that's very cool. I might have to pick that up.
Yeah, and there's more stuff coming. I backed the Kickstarter. There's more stuff coming with maps and ships and tokens and
great.
Another couple of books, all that stuff. So that was Pirate Borg. That was a bizarre little continuation of the story of Peter Swade and Samuel the Butcher. A real butcher, not a nasty killer butcher.
Things got a little desperate there for a time. I wasn't sure if we were even going to survive scene 1.
Me neither. We did absolutely no part of the adventure, no deconstruct the known stuff at all. We didn't need to yet at this point.
No. Yeah, we had all the kind of the material from the previous time to chew through there, so it was good.
Really wonderful, really interesting. It's fun to play a bit co-op. I have not played much co-op, but it is nice and fun.
Yeah, I'm not used to it. I'm so used to, being all by myself.
I know, and having all the control.
I like this.
But bouncing ideas is fun too.
It is fun, yeah.
Fantastic. Tana Pigeon, thank you so much for joining us today on the Solo Roleplayers podcast. Being a dastardly, probably slightly smelly pirate. Not me, I looked fantastic in my fancy clothes. And if anyone wants to continue on that story with Malachi and these characters and this unnamed undead captain and what is the job that we have just volunteered ourselves for, we are actually playing Pirate Borg for our book club in the Solo Roleplayers Patreon this month. And so this episode will come out about a week before that book club happens. So you've still got time to come and join and check it out. Anyone out there who's interested in hearing about that or hearing the recording of the book club talk, hit us up over there and do let me know if you continue this story and what happens. Tana, where can people find you on the internet? Should they look for your things?
Sure, you can always Google Mythic or go to my website at www.wordmillgames.com. And you can find everything there.
Fantastic. I'm sure now that you are official longest, most frequently attending friend of the show, we'll keep the roll and we'll have you back one day soon,
Excellent.
I'm sure.
Thank you so much, PJ. I had a great time.
Thanks.